Hey guys, today we're back with another firearms review, and today on the channel we'll be reviewing the Smith & Wesson Model 1854 Stealth Hunter. Stay tuned for this one. Alright guys, we're back. Once again today we're going to be reviewing the Smith & Wesson Model 1854 Stealth Hunter in 357 Magnum. 357, boys, it's a hard caliber to beat, especially in these lever actions. So, going tip to butt, just talking about the gun a little bit, we do have a threaded barrel up here for either a compensator, if you want to put that on it, or a flash hider, or a suppressor, which we'll be doing later on in the video, so make sure you stay tuned for that one. Up here in front you have a large fiber optic with a peep sight in the back. Let's go ahead and get a good shot of that if we can. You can see what I'm looking at anyway here, so here's what it is. But peep sight, fiber optic in the front, and a Picatinny rail over the top. So if you want to put any type of VO-Tech, aim point, variable optics, whatever you want, you can throw up here on this Picatinny rail. You also have an aluminum M-lock handguard on here as well. It stretches pretty far out to the barrel. This is a little bit longer than a 16-inch barrel, so very stubby little lever action gun. Looks great, but this handguard here is very nice. Once again, it is aluminum and has multiple M-lock slots on the bottom and on the sides for any of your lights, lasers, drop grips, angle grips, whatever you want. It's also here has a crossbolt safety on it, so if I want to run it locked and cocked with one in the chamber, I can put the safety on or turn it off. Reggie dead, that means the safety's off. So pretty nice. Also as well, you have a flat face trigger on here. Trigger on here feels great. Let's go ahead and check out that trigger together. We do not have one in the chamber yet, so let's go ahead and check it out. Very nice trigger, hard to beat. You also have a polymer stock on it with a rubber backstop on it to help you with that recoil. But 357 Magnum shouldn't have much, but I haven't shot it yet, so let's go ahead and take our first shots with it. Well, that's what happens when you have the safety on. Alrighty, so that is 8 rounds of 357 Magnum. If you use 38 Special, I think that you can get 9 rounds in here, but with 357, it is 8 rounds. Hung up a little bit on us right there. After we get done shooting these next rounds, we'll slow it up a little bit, see if that helps him a bit with that lever action. But we're making sure that we go all the way out, pull it all the way in. They are blunt, soft tips that we were using, PMC 357 Magnum. Here is the round. So this is not a cowboy action, just letting you all know. But it is just a normal 357. So let's go ahead and get her loaded back up. So the ways that you would load this is through the sidewall gate. Even though you can take the tube out of this thing, you really don't want to, because there's not a way how to load it up in front. Some lever actions, just like them Henrys that we reviewed a few weeks back, they do have a sidewall and where you can take off the tube and drop them in, but the tube is actually the magazine holder in this one, so just take it in consideration. So if you don't like to load them from the side, this is about the only way that you can load this rifle. Push it in, push it all the way in, or you can do like what I was doing and load one from the back of the other. All right, we are full. So let's go ahead and take a few more shots on it and see how accurate we can get with it. Well, there we go. All right, so from just from factory, shooting about I'd say an inch low. So just take that in consideration. Yours might be a little bit closer than mine. All right, we are empty. Good shooting little gun so far. That action felt a lot better on them 8 rounds. Once again, that was the first 8 rounds we shot a minute ago. So hopefully throughout the review, it will start to loosen up a tad bit. A little bit of information on that 300 or that 357 Magnum. 357 out of a 6-inch barrel, you know, revolver or whatever else, is a bad caliber to beat. I mean, it's a powerful little thing. I've seen people shot in the legs with them through my law enforcement career, and it'll do the job. If you watch enough Live Leak or First 48, you know 357 will do the job. But out of a 16-inch barrel, your velocities increase approximately 500 feet per second with some rounds. I know with 140 grain, if you do from a 6-inch barrel to a 16-inch barrel, you're getting about 500, like I said, about 500 feet per second more. What that means is that this rifle here is putting out more foot-pound of energy than a 223 5.56 out of a 15 or 16-inch barrel. So this is nothing to mess around with. There's no question, ifs, ands, or buts about it. At 357, that longer that barrel gets, it just keeps on trucking. So guys, let's go ahead and get us more ammunition, and let's throw a suppressor on here and see how she does. All right, guys, so we now have the Omega 46M on the end of it. It is a 5/8 by 24 thread pitch. We actually don't have the long thread pitch for that, so that's why there is a little bit of gap. But if you do get a correct piston for it, it won't have any gap at all. So I'll just letting you know for that disclaimer. We have already tested this, and it does work fine. So let's go ahead and take a few shots with it. All right. As you can see right there, she's smooth as butter. We took it and oiled it up some. It was dry as a powder house. So that was the reason prior that it was having them problems. But she's getting a little bit of hot on us. But guys, she sounds absolutely great. Let's go ahead and load it up a few more times, because it's hard to beat that suppressed 357 Magnum out of a lever action, because you get to hear everything that's coming down that barrel. So once again, 8 shots. So you have plenty of firepower here with you. And just a great looking gun overall. That Omega 46 on the end there, it does put a little bit of weight towards the end. If you ain't running it with a suppressor, though, it's light as a feather. The gun is of itself. And also as well, if you're looking for a good gun to teach your son or your daughter how to shoot, this right here will be a great one to use. Because not only can you run 38 special if you want the lightest recoiling round possible, but this gun here has barely any kick, but it has enough kick to make you feel like you're shooting something, if that makes sense. So we have 8 more rounds in it. Go ahead and get back to town. Boys, a good lever action sure does put a smile on your face, let me tell you. Let's go ahead and hand it off to the cameraman and let him shoot it for a second, because I know he's dying to shoot it. All right, guys, we're back here now about approximately 100 yards. We're going to have to take a little bit of a long distance shot with this. I know 100 yards is not technically speaking a long distance shot. I've took 200 yard shots of pistols beforehand. But that being said, the 357 Magnum, even out of a 6-inch barrel, has plenty of velocity to carry it. Out of this 16-inch barrel, it's got plenty of velocity to carry it for as long as you want to. One thing that I do have to say, though, you all know I have to gripe about something on every single gun I shoot. That fiber optic in front at a longer distance, like I said here at 100 yards, that fiber optic is taking up almost every bit of that lower half of that man-sized target up there. So let's go ahead and take our time and see if we can make a few shots on that man-sized target up there. All right. We shot to the left just a tad bit. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. So once I figured out right where to hold it, we missed the first shot, hit the rest of them. So that right there is hard to beat, guys. Absolutely beautiful gun, and I'm in love with it. Let's go ahead and take a few more shots with it on a little bit closer. All right, guys, we now have one loaded into the chamber, full magazine. Let's go ahead and take a few final shots with her. Alrighty, guys, we now have approximately 500 rounds downrange with the Smith & Wesson Model 1854. Guys, my personal honest opinion about this is if you're wanting a very nice 357, 44 Magnum, or 45 Long Colt, look no further than the Smith & Wesson Model 1854. As you all know, I'm always 100% transparent with everything that goes on here. Smith & Wesson did send this to us, but as you all know, I don't lie, I don't tell no bullshit, here, this, that, and the other. I always tell the truth with it. One thing, this gun's absolutely beautiful, love everything bit about it, but I wish that fiber optic was just a tad bit smaller so I could take a little bit more precise shot. That being said, this is more of a tactical lever action, so I understand the big fiber optic, because if they're wanting to run it as, say, a home defense gun or a land defense, whatever else you want to call it, I can understand the large fiber optic for a man-sized target. But in my opinion, I'd like for it to be a little bit smaller. That being said, if you all agree with me and you think that the fiber optic's a little bit too big, you can always either have it replaced or just run a red dot on it. So it's whatever you want to do. With that being said, at $1,300 Rita's is what this pretty much is MSRP'd on. I think that you're getting a good deal, because not only are you getting a great looking lever action, but you're getting a good looking home defense gun, good looking house defense, range defense, whatever else you want to look for, guys. I mean, this has everything you want in it. And also as well, once again, you can put lights, lasers, accessories on this gun. If you want to have this thing outfitted to take out in the middle of the night and coyote hunt or do whatever else you want to, if you got some pests running around your house, this right here will take care of anything in North America on four legs. But guys, once again, we have a good looking suppressor on here that does good. I mean, that 357, I still have ear protection on just because I've lost most of my hearing in my left ear. I don't want to damage it even further. But that being said, it's still sounding great out of the Omega 46M, and it would even sound even better if we had a 36 caliber suppressor on there, or the end for a 36 caliber suppressor. But either way it goes, the Smith & Wesson Model 1854. It gets my stamp of approval. So guys, I appreciate y'all viewing as always. Know it's a little bit different than what we normally review on the channel. We've only reviewed about 2 or 3 lever actions before in the past, but I grew up around them and I absolutely love them myself. Here in Southeast Kentucky, most people grow up on shooting a lever action gun, and I was one of them people. So guys, once again, appreciate Smith & Wesson for sending it to us. And if you have any questions or comments on the Model 1894, please leave in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But once again, thank y'all for viewing as always. Like and subscribe for more gun reviews, and I'll see y'all in the next video.